Straight ahead on 12 News, a fundraiser that sheds light on a bigger issue in school. Plus,
there's a much larger demand out there that I don't think we ever anticipated.
A crystal school that literally needs to raise the roof. And later, a New Hope bride finds her Han Solo. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Autism is a fast-growing developmental disability, and the Minnesota Department of Health says it affects 1 in 88 children.
It is why it's no surprise a Crystal charter school that serves students on the autism spectrum has outgrown its space. Here's Shannon Slatton.
We are a public charter school, and we specialize in teaching students with autism spectrum disorder.
Lionsgate Academy serves 7th through 12th grade students from 9 counties, some coming from as far away as Big Lake, all out of space rented from Cornerstone Church.
There's a much larger demand out there that I don't think we ever anticipated.
There's around 150 students enrolled here and about that same amount on the waiting list.
We're only able to take in 14 7th graders because we just don't have the space to be able to meet the demands of the students.
Teachers share classrooms, and some rooms, like this one, have teachers sharing office space while class is in session.
We're kind of falling on top of each other.
But there's a solution only months away. This week, the school closed on this property in Minnetonka that will be converted into a school.
It's set up really nicely to transform into a school. However, the warehouse has to be transformed into a gym.
A gym is more important than ever for students at Lionsgate. Many come to school here with negative experiences or attitudes about playing sports.
If we can get our kids active, engaged, experiencing some success, they're much more likely to stay with an activity. We may never have high school volleyball players, but that's not really what we're shooting for. We're shooting for that lifetime activity.
A fundraiser is currently underway to literally raise the roof of a warehouse and turn it into a gym. It's a simple change that could make a big difference.
If we can get them with 8 more feet of ceiling, it might not seem like much, but if that's the amount of room that it takes for them to be able to hit the ball over the net rather than out of bounds every time, they're much more likely to stay with it.
Lionsgate Academy hopes to raise $50,000 to turn the warehouse space into a gym. Because they are a charter school, they cannot go to the voters for a levy. So for the next 2 weeks, they ask people to donate on the Lionsgate Academy website. Mike?
All right, thank you, Shannon. One road construction season is over, but plans are in the works for more in the spring. Plymouth approved plans for Vicksburg Lane that include building a bridge over the Canadian Pacific Railway tracks. Money for the bridge was included in a bonding bill the state legislature approved earlier this year. Vicksburg Lane will also be widened from 2 lanes to 4 from Schmidt Lake Road to the Maple Grove border. Work on the $17 million project begins in March or April.
It is a pairing that makes sense for Brooklyn Center-based Caribou Coffee. A Caribou Coffee and Einstein Brothers Bagel store is now open at Brooklyn Center Shingle Creek Crossing. Caribou's parent company bought Einstein Brothers Bagels last year, and they expect to open around 60 more of these kinds of stores across the country.
If you're an Einstein lover, you're used to mediocre coffee, and now you can get really, great specialty coffee. Whereas if you're a coffee lover on the Caribou side, you can get an elevated food menu now too.
3 other stores like the Brooklyn Center one are open in Richfield, Woodbury, and Eagan.
A Palmer Lake assistant principal is receiving high marks for her work improving student reading skills. Margaret Clavin was named Outstanding Assistant Principal in Minnesota by her peers. Clavin is credited with helping to increase reading proficiency scores at Palmer Lake by almost 10%. It was the largest gain of all 17 elementary schools in the Osseo district. For students, a long winter holiday break brings some much-needed relief from homework.
But it's also a difficult reminder for those who may be not as fortunate. Reporter Sonia Goins introduces us to a program helping students at Osseo High School.
Wednesday nights are busy at Advent Lutheran Church in Maple Grove. Besides worship services, the Nest Backpack Program is also housed at the church.
A nest is a surrounding, it's a comfortable place that you come seek shelter.
Tiffany Richardson started the program at the church in September.
I think a lot of people assume that since it's Maple Grove that there is no need, but I think there's a lot more of a need.
Every week, volunteers pack up non-perishable, easy-to-prepare meals.
This is our backpack.
There are big and little helpers.
So what do you do here? We just put whitey stuff.
We usually have like a balanced breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Karina Erickson is a sophomore at Osseo High School.
Over 20 kids in our school that need this help, and they could be a kid that's sitting next to you and you'd never know.
50% of students at Osseo High School are on free or reduced lunch.
Mac and cheese, it's probably like the easiest to make. You just add water.
Connor Maloney is also a sophomore at Osseo.
I'm pretty sure there's like, some people that don't really get to eat at home, so I can see why this would be a need.
The program serves 20 to 25 students on any given week.
Then on Friday afternoons, they come down and they take their bag and then they put it in their backpack and bring it home.
With the long winter break, volunteers are packing extra.
And the hard part with that is that it's really hard to fit 2 full weeks worth of food into a backpack. For winter break, we're doing Cub gift cards to cover the break.
In the season of giving, volunteers wish the students they served didn't need the backpacks at all.
It's kind of sad because, every Christmas you'd have like, a big feast with your family, and they can't have that.
In Maple Grove, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
Food donations can also be dropped off at Osseo City Hall. For more information, you can go to our website. It's 12.tv. Maple Grove Church is doing what it can to help kids in need this Christmas. Passion Church collected more than 2,500 toys. The church's pastor encouraged his congregation to take the value of their greatest gift and give more than that to the toy drive.
We just love our community, and I think love is just manifested in giving. So we're just trying to be a part of people's Christmas there and just bring some smiles and show the love of Jesus to our community.
If you still want to donate, you can. You can bring a toy to Maple Grove High School on Saturday morning at 11. There is a particular need for gifts for teenagers. Coming up, a bride, groom, and someone dressed up as Darth Vader.
And later in sports, Wayzata faces rival Minnetonka on the wrestling mat.
But first, a cold start on Saturday, but warmer on Sunday. New Hope Diner is stocked up and ready to prove that there really is such a thing as a free lunch. Well, a free dinner, actually, at DW's Diner. As a way to say thank you to its customers, the diner is serving up a free spaghetti meal Saturday. The restaurant handed out 200 invitations to loyal customers, and after 12 years in business in New Hope, the owner says it just felt like the right thing to do.
This time of year, especially when it's Christmas, it should be more giving than taking, and I like to give.
This isn't the first free meal the diner has served up for customers, but the owner says it has been about 4 years since she was last able to do it. Thursday night, of course, marked the big premiere of Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
And for a New Hope couple, it was a night they'll never forget, thanks to a local radio station and a group of family and friends who agreed to get in on the fun. Delane Cleveland explains.
Welcome to the biggest movie premiere in maybe forever.
The force was strong at the IMAX Theater in Apple Valley as stormtroopers, Jedi Knights, and a full cast of characters came out for the premiere of Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
I do like Star Wars, yeah, I do.
But among the mass of Star Wars costumes was New Hope resident Megan Thompson, who came to the theater in a wedding dress.
Why not? Why not? It's a fun story to tell.
For most of the people here, the night was about watching a movie. Yet for Megan, it was about marrying her Han Solo, also known as Star Wars superfan Anthony Nygren.
It's played a huge role in my life ever since I can remember seeing the movies. My dog's name is Vader. I have posters and wall art and little action figures and all sorts of stuff. It's all over our house.
The couple won a KDWB radio contest last week and had a week to prepare for their big day.
I mean, we've been engaged for a while now, and he loves Star Wars, so I love him, so why not? Why not? It's exciting. It's really exciting.
It may be exciting, yet the news came as a complete surprise to family members.
Yep, she calls me up out of the blue. I'm at work, and she's like going, "Dad, we're going to do a Star Wars wedding." And I'm like going, "Oh, okay."
A week after that call, Stuart walked his daughter down the aisle for a wedding in a packed theater, where the couple exchanged Star Wars-oriented vows.
I promise to love you faithfully like Chewbacca to your Han Solo.
And in those hard moments when you find yourself on the dark side, I will always bring you back to good, even when you talk like Yoda. But we should promise never to talk like Jar Jar Binks.
With the galaxy watching, KDWB's Dave Ryan, dressed as Darth Vader, used his power to make the marriage official.
By the force vested in me, I now pronounce you joined in marriage. You may kiss your princess.
A memorable night that the couple will remember always. In Apple Valley, Delane Cleveland, 12 News.
And as if the Star Wars themed wedding wasn't enough, the couple actually got engaged at the Zombie Pub Crawl in downtown Minneapolis, and that was 2 years ago.
How will they top that?
I don't know.
How do you go on?
It's quite a start to a wedding. May the force be with them. Right? Coming up, a musical tribute in Plymouth to Frank Sinatra.
But first, Maple Grove meets Minnetonka in a matchup of top 10 girls hockey teams. John Jacobson has the highlights up next.
Maple Grove's girls hockey team hadn't lost since the season opener against Edina. The Crimson carried a 10-game unbeaten streak into the game against second-ranked Minnetonka. Trailing 1-0, Maple Grove gets on the board on the power play. Maya Martinez to Tina Campa. Her shot in from long range evens the score at 1-1 after a period. Second period, Minnetonka's Kippen Keller wins the race to an errant pass and goes in alone to score the shorthanded goal, and the Skippers have the lead back at 2-1. Looking for more, it's Presley Norby. To Keller, back to Norby. She stopped, and so is the rebound as Coco Francis comes up big in net for the Crimson. Later, Emma Bigham swoops in to pick up the loose puck. She's denied on the backhand, but her forehand shot there under the crossbar gives Minnetonka an insurance goal, and they skate to a 3-1 win over Maple Grove. In boys hockey, Armstrong-Cooper has alternated wins and losses the past couple of weeks. The Wings were shooting for a victory against Totino-Grace. First period, Trey Rooney gets out on a shorthanded breakaway and scores for a 1-0 Wings lead. With less than 30 seconds left in the period, Dylan Dubuque sets up Tyler Cahill, and his one-timer ties it at 1. Second period, Wings leading 2-1. Dubuque's shot takes a weird carom off the boards, and he'll tuck it in, drawing the Eagles even again. Third period, the rebound from Andrew Burns' shot settles right in the crease. Edward Kirchhoff there puts it in, and it's 3-2 AC. Kirchhoff puts it on net again, and the Eagles don't clear the rebound, and Burns scores. Grace adds a late goal to make it interesting, but the Wings hold on for a 4-3 win. The Wayzata wrestling team finished with the same number of points as Minnetonka at a tournament last weekend. The Trojans and Skippers went head-to-head in a late conference duel Thursday. Wayzata trailing 13-9 until the 138-pound match, where David Corey uses the underhook to take Kyle Plinken to his back. Corey gets the pin, and the Trojans have the lead for good. Next match at 145, John Spolar using the cradle to put Sam Fondor in trouble. Spolar can't quite get the pin, but he hangs on for a 7-5 win. After a skipper's pin at 152, Wayzata goes on a roll. Peter Ojeda scoring a fall over Miles Hanks at 160. It's 24-19 Trojans. 170, Dan Herta stays unbeaten for Wayzata. He works the sit out and gets a reversal on his way to a 6-2 win over Logan Foote. Caleb Eugene keeping the momentum going for Wayzata at 182. He gets the pin in the second period against Duke Larson. That starts a string of 3 falls in a row for the Trojans as they pull away. Corey King, ranked in the top 10 at 220 pounds. He chalks up another victory, getting the pin, and Wayzata dominates late for a 45-25 win over Minnetonka. Also Thursday night, Benilde St. Margaret's and Cooper tipped off the conference season in Metro West boys basketball. The Hawks rallied from down 12 at halftime to beat the Red Knights 88-75. Bijan Newbert and Melvin Newbert each scored 24 points for the Hawks, who have now won 5 straight. And in a non-conference boys hockey game, Wayzata won its 5th straight game. The Trojans beat Holy Family 6-4. Tyler Stevens scored twice, and Mark Senden recorded 5 points in the game, a goal and 4 assists. The Trojans host Buffalo Saturday afternoon. Park Center Armstrong, live boys basketball tonight at 7 on Channel 12.
All right, thanks, John. We'll be right back.
Check out this holiday lighting display in Plymouth. More than 5,100 computer-controlled lighting circuits are blinking to music that plays over your car radio. Tim and Kathy Fisher added the light show concept to their outdoor Christmas display about 10 years ago, and it's been growing ever since. Well, over the holidays, you can enjoy a tribute to old Blue Eyes himself, Frank Sinatra.
In Weekend Showcase, Neil Persley takes us to the Plymouth Playhouse to meet the crooners behind Christmas My Way.
It's time for mistletoe and holly. Did you know that Christmas was Frank Sinatra's favorite time of the year? The Plymouth Playhouse took this December into January to pay tribute to the legendary crooner.
We're bringing a little bit of Las Vegas right here to Plymouth, Minnesota.
Come fly with me, let's float down to Bermuda. You really do feel like you're in a Las Vegas nightclub during the Rat Pack's heyday.
I do try to channel a little bit of Frank. I think we all try to channel Frank.
Besides Christmas music, the cast covers many Sinatra hits that made him the pop icon in his day. Leader of the Sultans of Swoon, Dennis Curley gets to sing Come Fly With Me and That's Life.
There are 30 songs in the show. We do some of Frank's classics. We do things like Come Rain or Come Shine and New York, New York, My Way, of course.
Jennifer Eckes, Ken Kirikone, Tim Drake, and Dorian Chalmers do a great job of harmonizing and playing off one another.
We have a little bit of that 60s retro vibe with a modern twist to it.
It reminded me of the variety shows of the past with anecdotal stories, some humor, all woven together with great singing.
We are 4 friends who are hanging out at this wonderful bar for the evening that has a wonderful band that we get to sing with.
Audiences young and old will take away a sense of appreciation for the musical legacy left by Sinatra.
They will remember what an incredible artist he was and what amazing music he brought to the rest of us, and just his charm and the personality of the Rat Pack.
The show is smooth as a martini for all audiences with a rating of RDD. Ring a ding ding, baby. For Weekend Showcase, I'm Neil Persley, 12 News.
Christmas My Way runs now through January 17th at the Plymouth Playhouse. They always do a great job over there.
Absolutely. His timing is perfect. It would have been Frank Sinatra's 100th birthday. I think it was last week.
Absolutely. Good time to go see the show, right? Ring-a-ding-ding. That's right. And that does it for us. Thanks so much for joining us.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here again on Monday.